I'll never forget my first Daisy Red Ryder. Dad gave it to me for my 10th birthday. He taught me gun safety and respect for nature. We spent a lot of great times together. So for my son's birthday, I knew exactly what to get him. Daisy's been first in air guns since 1886, and today's Daisy air guns are more fun than ever, with plenty of accessories and exciting new models like the Daisy Mossy Oak Grizzly.
Continue the tradition in your family today with a Daisy air gun.
To me, there's nothing more fun than shooting. Whether it's hunting or honing shooting skills with my Daisy air rifle, it's just plain fun. And getting started right is important. Getting shooters started right is a part of Daisy Manufacturing's commitment to the shooting sport. Daisy's been making air guns for over a century. They're the oldest and largest air gun manufacturer, so it's no surprise that most of today's successful hunters and competitive shooters got their start with Daisy. I think you're going to enjoy this video. We had a lot of fun making it. You're going to learn a lot about shooting safety, and you're going to see a lot of fun things you can do with your Daisy, probably things you never even thought of. At the end of the video, we'll show you some exciting products from Daisy and tell you how you can learn even more by visiting our website or requesting a free brochure. Tommy has become a great shot with his Daisy, and one reason is that he's taken the time to learn how to be a safe shooter. I've hunted all types of game all over the world with all kinds of people. And the ones I want to be with the most are the ones who learned those same shooting safety lessons and developed good habits with their Daisy when they were Tommy's age. But just like tying a shoe or riding a bike, there's a right way to do everything. And once you learn gun safety rules right, they'll stay with you for all of your shooting life. And who knows, you may want to shoot competitively with the goal of being an Olympic shooter. You may enjoy the sport of hunting and become a part of the enormous contribution hunters make every year to preserving, protecting, and replenishing wildlife. Or you may simply want to pass along the fun and excitement of shooting your Daisy to your sons and daughters someday. Shooting is a very personal sport. It challenges the individual, tests personal motivation, hones the senses, and focuses concentration. Shooting makes winners out of everyone who participates. But one of the first things you as shooters must do is to get to know your gun from end to end. Learn the names of its parts. The stock and forearm allow you to steady the rifle. The cocking lever gets your Daisy ready for action by compacting the spring that compresses the air to drive the BB down the barrel and out of the muzzle. The trigger guard protects the trigger from damage and helps keep it from being caught on something accidentally. The safety is designed to keep the trigger from being pulled before you're ready. However, you should always treat your rifle as if it's ready to fire at all times. The 10 basic rules of gun safety haven't changed that much since I got my first Daisy. If you'll review the Daisy safety code in your mind each time you pick up a rifle, you can enjoy a lifetime of safe shooting. Now, why treat every gun as if it's loaded when you remember that you unloaded it before you put it away? Because you can never be positive that you were the last person to handle the gun. Never take anyone's word about whether or not a gun is loaded. A loaded gun has no place back at your camp, in your home, or any other public place. The only time and place to have a loaded gun is when you are ready to shoot. Never let anything obstruct the muzzle of your gun. While keeping your muzzle pointed at the ground is a safe way to carry it, you don't ever want to allow the muzzle to come in contact with the dirt, as it can cause a serious jam. If you should ever drop your gun muzzle first into the dirt or mud, let an adult check it before you attempt to shoot it again. When you're standing or walking with your gun, keep it pointed in a safe direction, such as up in the air when you're carrying your gun on your shoulder, or pointed at the ground when you're cradling it in the crook of your arm. When you're ready to point your gun, you should only point it at what you intend to shoot, nothing else. Because you may miss your target, and because your air rifle could shoot through and beyond your target, you must always check beyond your target and those around you before shooting. Daisy recommends that shooting glasses be worn by all persons shooting and those observing close by. Keeping your gun unloaded when not in use is critical to the safety of you and others. We recommend that an adult in your home help you with this. An adult should set the rules for storing your gun so that it is inaccessible to youngsters. We also recommend that ammunition be stored separately from the gun. We've already talked about the importance of keeping your rifle's muzzle pointed in a safe direction. It just makes sense that you won't have complete control if you're climbing a fence or jumping a ditch. It will only take a few extra seconds to make sure you and the people around you do it the right way. Since you're probably using your Daisy air rifle to sharpen your shooting skills with target practice, you'll be shooting at safe targets. Be careful to never shoot at a flat, hard surface that might ricochet. And never shoot at the surface of water. BBs can ricochet off water too, just like a skipped rock. I hope you're beginning to see how these safety rules all work together to help ensure your safety and the safety of those around you. Here's another important rule. Always respect other people's property and care for it as if it was your own. Remember, if you're a guest on others' land, you need to leave it exactly as you found it. Never do anything that would destroy the beauty or value of others' property. And always take with you everything you brought with you. That means nothing is to be left behind. If you follow this one, you'll always be invited back to shoot or hunt for the rest of your life. Now that we've reviewed all the safety rules, let's look at ways you can build your own BB shooting range, indoors or out. Start with a big empty corrugated box. Put in stacks of old magazines and newspapers. Then in front of the stacks, put in some more papers loosely wadded. Tape your target to the side closest to the loose papers. This way, the box and layers of paper will stop your BBs after they go through the target. Have an adult put an old quilt, piece of canvas, or hay bales behind your target box to stop the occasional miss. Since fired BBs lose their shape, and because misshaped BBs can jam your gun, never reuse BBs that have been fired. Make sure you have about 17 feet or 5 meters of space between the target and your shooting position. And be sure you're set up in a place where no one can walk in front of you as you shoot. Before taking that first shot, review the Daisy safety code in your mind. Do you remember all of them? Treat every gun as if it were loaded. Only load or cock your gun when you are shooting. Keep your muzzle clear. Always point your muzzle in a safe direction. Check your target and beyond. Anyone shooting or observing a shooter should wear shooting glasses. Guns not in use should always be unloaded. Never climb or jump with a loaded gun. Never shoot at a flat surface. Respect other people's property. We're getting ready to show you how much fun shooting can be and to help make you a great shot. Now I'd like to talk about the shooting positions and a few skill-building competitive exercises I think you'll find to be really fun. You'll want to find a shooting position that's comfortable for you. There are several to consider, and you should learn them all so you can do your best shooting in any situation. The standing position is the quickest to reach, but the unsteadiest. You may want to rest your elbow against your side to brace things up a bit. In the kneeling position, you rest your arm above your knee to get everything steady. Sitting down, you can get a steady rest for both elbows. The prone position offers the steadiest rest. Turn your body at an angle to the target, prop up on your elbows, and take aim. Your Daisy air rifle will shoot where you aim it. The trick is to get the right sight picture while keeping your finger off the trigger. Imagine that the bullseye is the candy on top of a lollipop, and that the front sight is the lollipop stick. Float the stick in the center of the notch on the rear side. When you're ready to shoot, get a steady aim, take a deep breath, let it half out, and when everything's just right, gently squeeze the trigger. Don't jerk or snatch the trigger. That's a sure way to spoil your aim. Don't worry if the sights seem hard to hold on the target at first. This is where patience and practice come in. Just take your time and don't hurry it. The more you shoot, the smoother and more natural it will get. Now that you know the basic safety rules, how to set up your targets, and what stance you might use, I bet you're ready to have some fun with your Daisy air rifle. After you've practiced a while on your targets, try these fun skill builders. Make a tic-tac-toe board out of 9 regular targets glued to a poster board. Compete with a friend to be the first to hit a bullseye in any 3 targets in a row. See if you can win across, up and down, or diagonally. Stick a common lollipop on a fence post, stump, or hay bale and try to hit it. If your aim is good enough, there's a colorful explosion. Compete with a friend and measure how far you can each move an aluminum can with 10 shots. Or measure off 10 feet and see who can move the can that far with the fewest shots. Or try some innovative targets of your own, such as cheese balls, oyster crackers, soda cans, or even toothpicks. No doubt you can come up with some exciting competitive challenges of your own. So long as you keep in mind the Daisy safety code, you're only limited by your imagination. With consistent practice, you can become an expert shot, as well as a safe and careful outdoorsman. With consistent care, your Daisy can provide years of fun and enjoyment. Each time you're finished shooting, make sure your Daisy is uncocked and unloaded. Wipe it down with a soft, clean, and lightly oiled cloth. Every now and then, give it a drop of oil to keep things running smoothly. Consult your owner's manual for details. So, Tommy, we've learned how to have fun and be safe with our Daisy air rifles. Shooting safety is the responsibility of every person, young or old, who handles any kind of a gun. It's not hard, it just takes common sense, following the safety code, and being courteous. It's just a matter of forming good habits and thinking ahead. Learning to shoot is a good, easy, and fun way to learn a lot of the things you need to know growing up. You learn responsibility and respect. You learn how to think ahead and watch out for other people. You learn patience, self-discipline, and concentration. You learn sportsmanship, discipline, self-reliance, and respect for others' property. You learn respect for the law. And you also learn to appreciate the world we all share. That may seem like a lot to learn from just shooting a BB gun, but that's how millions of hunters and outdoor enthusiasts got started. And that's why an adult has entrusted you with the responsibility of an air rifle. That's how I got started. And I wouldn't trade the good times I've spent in God's country for anything. I've hunted all over the country, met all sorts of interesting people, and seen lots of beautiful country. But it all started with my Daisy air gun. Daisy's been making air guns since 1886. And today's models are more exciting than ever. My first BB gun was just like this model 1938 Red Ryder. Daisy's been making this legendary lever action for over 60 years. It still has the stained solid wood stock and forearm with the engraved Lariat logo, the saddle ring, the leather thong, and burnished forearm band. What a classic. You've got more choice in the youth line of Daisy BB guns today. All of the guns in Daisy's youth line feature a smooth-bore steel barrel and have an average muzzle velocity of under 350 feet per second. First, there's the Buck. This is America's favorite first BB gun with a solid wood stock and a true glow fiber optic sight to help that young shooter more easily sight a target. Lots of young people like the heft and feel of the Timberwolf. It too has a solid wood stock and forearm with the image of a Timberwolf engraved in the stock. This model has a 700 BB capacity. This single pump Model 840 Grizzly comes in wood grain or with Mossy Oak's popular breakup camo pattern. It has a 350 BB capacity, and it's also a single-shot pellet rifle. Daisy makes an air gun for every member of the family and every level of shooting skill, including Powerline adult high-velocity air guns and adult precision guns for competitive shooting. Daisy's Max Speed brand of air gun ammo and accessories includes cleaning kits, scopes, fiber optics, speed loaders, targets, and traps. They help improve shooting skills and make shooting your Daisy even more fun. If you want information on any of Daisy's youth line or adult high-velocity Powerline products, or if you have a question, call toll-free 1-800-643-3458, or visit their website and review their entire line of air guns, ammunition, and accessories at www.daisy.com. Well, thanks for watching. I know your Daisy will give you many, many hours of shooting pleasure. Don't forget the 10 basic rules of gun safety. Have fun and enjoy your Daisy.